Damn you, Clark Atlanta. I shake your money maker. Don't let that money maker. I shake that money maker. Don't let that money make it. Oh, shake your money maker. Don't let that money make it.
Hold on. Let me get it. Hold on. Coming to you from somewhere in Mississippi. You can call them what you want.
Hey,
Is Ray and Rodney or Rodney and Ray? Get ready for the R&R show. Turn it back up. Turn it. It's a weekday party, baby. Let go.
Yeah. That's what happens when you get ready to ones and twos. He ain't gonna do right. We want to thank y'all for welcoming us into your home. This is the R&R show. I am Ray.
And I am Rodney.
And like I like to do about this time, I always love to thank y'all for liking, sharing, following, listening to us on YouTube, MeTube, OurTube, YoTube, TestTube, Twitter, Twatter, Pitter Patter. It don't even matter. If you know somebody who ain't doing the same, you make sure you tell them to tell their mom and them to tell their mom and them to tell their mom and them, and who else?
Tell they daddy if he's still around.
Hey, y'all know it's tax season.
Black Christmas. Yay. Yay.
This is the R&R show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, sometimes you gotta improvise.
Hey man, we finna blow it up. I'm telling you, we finna blow it up and start over. That's what we finna do. our system we've been using for what? How long we been using this?
Ever.
Dude.
Ever.
Man, for
Appreciate them stars, B.
How long we been doing this? Since 2000.
Oh goodness.
16, 15?
Oh man, it's somewhere around
Dude,
there.
I could find it for you before the show out. I'll find it. But
I know how you gonna find it too.
Ever since we did it, we got a system right after that, and then we've been using that same system, and it done finally died. It done finally conked out. I've been patching together with prayer and spit, and I guess it finally gave up. It done dried out, and then
it dried out, man.
He ain't walking no more. And the fire done shut up in his bones and done burn out. Oh my goodness, bro! Look, that was epic. That was epic, man. Hey, I made it this far, bro. That's all I can be happy about. Cause we went back to work after the snow, and then was the longest. This has been the longest week ever. I just tell you that much. The longest week ever. After working 10 to 3 every day, bro. A regular shift, no sir. That's for the birds. I need to find.
Well, if you work where I work, they were requiring you to come back in the snow.
No, I had to go into the snow, but it was short days.
But the devil also said that it was a lie. Video games, baby. Video games.
Hey, we leveled up last week, bro.
We leveled up, dog. We really leveled up.
Look, man, if y'all in here, go on and send a little message. Say hey, say hi, throw a peace sign or a thumbs up or something. Just let us know you in here.
B up in here. Who else up in here? Represent your squad. Represent your clique. What's going on?
But look, bro. We had some good stuff happen last week. We had some interesting stuff happen the last couple of days, and I'm just trying to see what the fuss is about. So, where you want to start? You want to start with NFL coaching? You want to start with last week games? You want to start with this week games? Or you want to start with NBA coaching? Which one you want to hit?
Hey, man. Shoot. It's so much.
Come on.
It's so much. Shoot, man. Let's start with we can do a recap. We can do a quick recap of last week game. How about that?
Hey, got your information. It was 2017 when we started.
2017. Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao
in Saltillo, Mississippi. This is
in
what we
Sartola,
had.
Mississippi, live on location.
So, let's
White
go
ball.
ahead and get this thing started. We're gonna go to the games of last week.
Yeah, let's do a quick recap.
Bam.
Recap.
Bet. We
I know I know it's a lot of meat on that bone.
quack.
A lot of meat on that bone.
So check us out. We had the first game, which was
Baltimore and the Texans.
Baltimore and the Texans, and it went just about how we thought it was gonna go.
Pretty much.
Once Baltimore figured out what the Texans' defensive scheme was and what they was gonna do to get around it, they ran off with the game. I give it up to Texans. That first half, it was interesting. I wasn't gonna say they was gonna win, but they made it was interesting.
I'm gonna call it interesting from a defensive aspect.
From that aspect.
Yeah.
From that aspect. Yeah. I can
Other
get with you
than
on
that,
that.
you know, I know they had the punt return for a touchdown or something like that.
Which was
but
awesome.
That was the only form of offense that they had. Went into halftime. Lamar Jackson gave them a speech. I'm gonna tell y'all, y'all go stand on my name. Y'all stand on my name. I'm telling y'all, get out here and play for me.
I don't think he said all that.
I mean it. And
I
they
don't
got
think he
out
said all
there.
that.
They listened to him, whatever it was he said, and they balled out.
I don't think he said all that, but I got
Oh, okay. But he gave some kind of heart touching speech at halftime, and they
don't
came
think
out
he
and did what
did.
they supposed to do.
you. He said, "Give me the ball to watch."
All it was, they had to shake the rust off, and they did that. Game over.
I wouldn't even call it rust. I think they was kind of, like I said, since their defense was doing what it was doing, and that aspect of the Texans offense hadn't seen that, it was kind of like, hey, now we see what we got to do. Let's go ahead and do it. Because they were never at a point where it was just like, ooh, it made for good defensive football, like you said, but at no point was I sitting here like, man,
And we're
Texas
just
finna get
strictly
them.
talking about the first half because
Just the first half on it, because the second half was different. It was a different thing.
Yeah.
They was after that boy for the whole game. Basically, he couldn't do anything on offense, and that just shows you the level of defense that Baltimore had to get to that point,
Right.
to get him to that
But
point.
we're
So,
gonna come back to them. We're gonna come
Yeah.
back to them later.
like Barry said, it showed the levels. They knew they
it showed
turned
the
it on
level.
after halftime,
and
it
the
was
Texans
on.
wasn't on that level.
The
It
Texans was
wasn't
not
even a
on
game.
that level. Not
Game wasn't
offensively.
even worth talking about.
Not
talking
the
that much
first
about.
half. So next game,
The second
spit
game,
it out.
San Francisco and Green Bay Packers. That was a heart stopper. My heart stopped about 3 times.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the defensive running game really surprised me. Aaron Jones ran through San Francisco defense like a loose bowel movement, man.
But he been running through everybody's defense.
I don't care.
He been
I
running
do
through
not
everybody.
care. No,
Big
no,
Knox.
no,
What
no,
it do?
No. What up, Knox?
He been running through everybody's
I'm
defense.
full act like I just watched that. You a fool too, for real. But anyway, dude, that shows that concerns me. I'm not gonna lie, that really concerns me. The game was closer than it really should have been. Honestly, I understand that Green Bay should have won that game, but experience is what pulled that game off in the end. Brock Purdy played like crap the entire game, but salvaged enough nerves to get together on the last drive put together. He went 6 or 7, and I think that only incomplete pass was a drop pass. Ultimately, McCaffrey finished it off. I felt like that they should have given the ball more to McCaffrey. We never did see Elijah Mitchell at all. I feel like he should also share some carries in this game rather than beat down McCaffrey as if he's in Carolina. But I mean, who am I? But right now, it's up in the air if Debo is going to play this weekend or not. So we got to watch for that. But I really feel like that there's enough weapons on that offense where you shouldn't even miss Debo. Let's just keep it real. I know Debo plays a big part, but I mean, we'll probably get into it in a minute when we break down these games. But I just feel like, I mean, he's going to be missed, but God dog, you shouldn't miss him. Just saying.
But at the same time, though, I'm gonna just say it like this and be for real. You got a couple things that was big factors in that game.
What's up, Billy?
One of them was the rain, and I would say the rain played a big part in that game. The second part is with Debo being out, you definitely missed that section of the game, that force in the game. And I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is Debo is a one of a kind talent, and is a one of a kind game changer. He's a game wrecker. If he's in the game, he can wreck the game for the other team. All right. If he's out the game,
but Rodney, Rodney, this is where I challenge that. You have about 2 more game records on that offense.
I got you. But if you got him going, you can make them other game records even more relevant. Because now you got to watch out for all 3. Now if you ain't got to watch out for Debo, that kind of gives the defense a little bit more. Because now I ain't got to worry about Debo. I only got to worry about 2 instead of 3. So that to me was a big deal.
With that. I agree with that. Yeah. My point is that offense is so loaded that you shouldn't miss it. Yes, you're gonna miss it.
You shouldn't.
But that offense is so loaded that you should not miss it. Come on, Shanahan is a creative play caller.
He is.
Like Tony went going back. Tony said his play calling sucked that game, and he have a tendency to lay eggs like that in big moments. And he's
hold on. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted you to say.
He's talented. Let me say this. He's talented enough to change these plays, man, for others so everybody else can eat and not make.
That's what I wanted you to say, because he has a tendency to do that, and that is not a good thing. When he left Atlanta, why did he have to get out of Atlanta after that Super Bowl? Because he didn't want to change nothing. They kept doing the same thing and got beat. So he got to change it, and he got to be.
I'm gonna always push back. I'm gonna always push back on that Super Bowl because I felt like, he could have called better plays offensively, but what did the defense do? The defense was the ones that gave up those points.
That's
nobody,
true.
Nobody never talks about the defense. They always attach Shanahan with that debacle, and he had nothing to do with the defense.
But you just said it too. Now, hold up. Now we want to go back. We want to put a little history. We want to go back to that Super Bowl. He had a couple chances.
We put too much on this. What's supposed to be a recap of last week's game.
I know. But you hit a spot, and you got to go down off in there.
I have a tendency to do that.
Yeah, I heard, and then, but it's not from where I heard it from. I ain't gonna tell you all that. But look, it was a couple spots, even in that Super Bowl, that you, and then even in this season, that you saying, man, what is he doing? Why are we doing this? When you know you got this and you got that and you got this and you got that. That's just his MO. Now, do you want it to change? It's gonna change, but that's just who he is. So he got to figure that out. We see it. Me and you see it every week. We know what's going on. We can sit here and tell you what's going on with every team in the league pretty much. But it don't make no difference until they try to figure it out. So what I'm saying is, that's what he got to do, and he got to get out of it. He got to get out of it. I don't know what the deal is,
man,
but he got to get out of it. Because
I really don't know what it'll take.
Now I want to put this. Let me hold up. I want to put this on Tony because I need to know what he's talking about. I didn't know what he's talking about.
Now hold up. Now I think that's taking it a little too far. Because Jimmy, come on, Jimmy G. That last drive that Purdy had, you knew what was gonna happen. Jimmy G was gonna turn it over some kind of way. Yes, he did. He did shake me up a little bit too. But I had to think about that comment, man. Jimmy G is just a little bit. You knew what Jimmy G was gonna do.
No, it's not. That's two different things.
You gotta look at the moment and the time.
Now we have.
Hold up. Put up before you go. Put up what Jeremy P.F. said about definitely against Baltimore. But I know we're talking about the last game. Yes, we talking about the last game, but the last game is what counts. It's simply because that's all we have to go off of, the last game. Now to address that right there. He only threw one bad pass. All the rest of the other passes were tipped. Just saying. That's just something to think about.
Now and I think that does come back into the point of like I said, my first point was the weather. You said it the other day. San Francisco always play bad in the rain, and it showed. So I think that really had a lot to do with their performance. And now I wouldn't say play calling because if it's me. Like you, I'm gonna use more than one weapon
Exactly.
to run the ball.
But you saw for yourself. Everybody saw for themselves what happened when you give Christian McCaffrey the ball.
True.
Rather than just getting Purdy out there and letting him throw the first 2 possessions of the game. Stop that. That's not your MO, and that's not how you got there. Run the dadgum ball. But moving right along to the second week of the recap, Sunday, who played first? It was Detroit and the Buccaneers. Yeah, Tampa Bay. But which I thought, man, really turned out to be a pretty daggum good game. Tampa Bay actually had a chance to come back and make that thing even and square and whatnot. But
and you know what? I'm still, and everybody saying, you know, this is that. The Tampa Bay kind of made me a little upset when they just stopped. When the time was down, it was like 30-something seconds left. Detroit near the ball. Tampa Bay had 1 timeout left, and they would have called for them to punt the ball. They didn't use that timeout. I didn't like that. That didn't sit well. And I'm sitting there looking like, what are you doing? Are you just conceding at this point? Because I didn't think that was a thing in the NFL if you was down a score and you conceding and you still got a chance to get the ball back. I did not understand it. Then nobody is saying anything about it, which is still kind of weird to me. Like, you haven't seen that on any publication, any other network where they're saying, hey, you know, they still had a timeout. No, what were they thinking? They just riding along with it.
Not only that, Rodney, what about when they were down 2 touchdowns and they went for 2 after they scored their first touchdown? I was like, why? I didn't get why. I was even mathematically trying to make it math. Why make it hard? I didn't get that. That wasn't the time to go for 2.
It was dumb.
I didn't get it. Now, what if if they had came back and say that he didn't throw that interception, say they go down and score and they end up tying the game, whatever the case had been, then they would have to go for 2.
Forced to go for 2.
Let's just say if they did not get that 2-point conversion, what would the headlines be today even? Poor game management by said head coach.
Exactly. So that was just weird to me. Now, I give Tampa Bay a lot of credit. They hung in there for a minute.
They did.
They hung in there, and it was actually an entertaining game. Better than what I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. So that was a good game. You know, What's-It-Called came out and won, so I'm good with that. And then we go to the Sunday night game, which was Kansas City at Buffalo. Kansas City and the Patrick Mahomes era first road playoff game, and everybody is questioning what. Well, after that, we're gonna go through it. Kansas City won the game, and I was very. I ain't gonna say. I was intrigued about how they won the game, and about what they did to do to get that far and how they do it, because we said week 7 and 8 that Kansas City looked horrible because their receivers couldn't catch the ball. Yeah, we didn't blame defense. We didn't blame defense at all, but we said Kansas City gonna have a problem if their receivers can't catch the ball. Yep. And the receivers that wouldn't catch the ball, I don't even think he threw it to them.
Nope. He only threw it to 2 people.
He threw 2 people. So I am in there with it, and I'm just like, man, this is a good game. Now, the discussion we had yesterday. Wait a minute. Hey, look, let me go back to this real quick. Let me tell you something, Billy. I do appreciate your knowledge and the analytics. Had a better chance of courting the two-gun conversion and all this and all that. But common sense beat out numbers any day. To me, that's common sense. Analytics don't play a part in football like they do in baseball. You can't use analytics in football.
And analytics is cool in its place, but at this point right here is where analytics have a tendency to overreach its boundaries. And I feel like people be running out with what analytics said. But analytics don't equate in the situation.
So that statement right there is telling me that you don't even believe in analytics.
I mean, I believe analytics are cool to an extent. You know what? To an extent.
But see, to me, it's only cool if it works. If it don't work, it ain't no good. So you just taking a chance on saying this is what the numbers say, but why do the numbers make sense? And they don't make sense in playoff time and regular season.
So what you're saying is sometimes analytics is cool, sometimes it's not. That's what you just said.
I'm saying I don't like to come. I don't like. I said that. Okay, let me rephrase it. People say it's cool if it works. I don't like analytics at all because you throwing something in there that don't make sense at the end of the day. So if I don't go for 2, we could go to overtime and see what goes on. If I do go for 2 and I don't get it now, I'm finna lose because I went for 2 now as opposed to the end of the game. So the end of the game don't even matter. So these analytics and all this stuff is crazy. So let's get back to Kansas City. Well, I mean, he only went to him once. And I'm still not impressed by it because they did something that
it was a nice catch,
but at the same time,
that was once.
Yeah,
it was a nice.
He caught it. He caught it. I give you that. He caught it.
Dez did, but he did.
But you know, it was a good game. It was down to the wire, and actually Buffalo got a second chance after they did that dumb fake punt. I don't understand that. If the analytics said go for it, then I'm shooting somebody, cause that makes no sense at all. That makes no sense at all. When you playing that type of game and you going back and forth and y'all making stops, they making stops, and ain't nobody really scoring at this point, why are you trying to fake it when you still have a better chance of your offense? The man that you pay to do the job is getting back on the field. They got lucky because of the fumble. If they hadn't got lucky because of that fumble, Kansas City was scored and they would have been down 10.
Game over. Game over. And on that fumble, why in the world did he put the ball in his hands? I do not understand that. Who was the problem? Who was everybody talking about the first 3-4 games of the season? That somebody that wasn't showing up, dropping balls. And who are they talking about? But you're going to put the ball in his hands. You got 2 legit running backs. Stop being cute because it like to cost you. It did cost you.
It did cost them. I mean, really, it did cost them. I mean, if they punt that ball, we don't know what the outcome would have been because at that point it was a stalemate. They was going back and forth.
Exactly. So can everybody do me a favor? Can everybody please hit the share button for me, please? Everybody, please hit the share button. What up, Robert Brown? Everybody, please hit the share button.
He said that the Buffalo kicker is the reason why Sean McDermott won't get fired. Missing that field goal takes the eye off that McDermott and that horrible fake punt call. No,
so what you trying to tell me? McDermott sleeping with the kicker mama or something?
No, he trying to say that
reason.
They can blame it on the kicker and not him. No, it don't. I'm telling you like this.
That blame falls at a lot of people. And that's not Josh Allen. That's not, I said it.
It falls on a lot of people. It falls on the feet of a lot of people. It falls on the feet of a lot of people. And everybody
for a change.
It's easy for people to say, well, you know what? Now you brought this stat up. In the playoffs, it's not really Josh Allen to an extent. He's had great playoff numbers. He played great playoff ball. But at the end of the day, we talked about it. Something got to change. Because if you look at them as a whole, they have everything they need in every single position. And then you're telling me now that you can't get it done with what you have.
Potentially everything they need.
Potentially. I mean, you got the potential. You got the names. You got the names. You got the stats until it counts. So, to me, is that saying something great about Kansas City's defense? Or is that saying something bad about Buffalo's coaching? Which one?
I'm going to say more on Buffalo's coaching. And you have to take in equation also Buffalo's injured defense. That's another thing that a lot of people have a tendency to forget. That Buffalo was really injured on the throughout their defense. They got about 4 or 5 people out, starters out. Shoot, that's half of your defense of starters, man. So that plays a part in that, and a lot of people have a tendency to forget that. I feel like that also you can add that into the equation of them losing the game. You got drop passes by your top wide receivers. One naming Diggs. I mean, he let that baby
did
go
back and
straight
look at
through
that
his
one.
arms, dude. Huh?
I went back and looked at that. I went back and looked at that one, and
I did too.
although it was I mean, not the easiest of catches, I think he should have caught it. I think he should have caught it.
He should have.
Now my problem on that is you take your shots. What down was that when he took the second down?
I can't recall.
I can't recall. You take shots to your top players, but at the same time, I think you got to involve some of your top players more often in these kind of games. You got to give them an option. You got to give them a reason to get started. You got to give them a reason to be scared.
How many times did he target Diggs? I'm gonna check that out.
I don't know how many times he targeted him, but he only had 3 catches for 21 yards.
Right.
So that's I mean, do I think he'll be there? Yeah, where he gonna go? Unless they trade him.
He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere. They got a lot of options. Now, the other thing that got me is Diggs actually, from what we saw, did a whole lot better the way he acted wise. How many?
He was targeted 8 times.
Targeted 8 times.
Yes,
Only 3 catches. That's something. That's something. I would like to go back and see them targets. But that's something. That's something. I will that's a big one. That's a big one. So he did try to get him involved.
We always say in big games and big times, when it comes time for big plays, who do we supposed to go to?
Got to go
if
to the
he can't go downfield. And I understand what you were saying the other day about going downfield and taking the underneath route. But if I got my guy that calls for the ball, my guy that's my go-to, my guy, my number one, my ex, one-on-one.
Yeah. I saw
take it.
You gotta take it. But now I also saw we're going a little bit into it. We're gonna get off of it because we got a couple more things here. Now I did see a stat that who was the other receiver for Buffalo?
The other one that dropped the pass, number 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he kind of stepping up for Davis because Davis is out. I can't call his name right now. I can't call his name.
Okay. So do you know that with less targets, him and Diggs had about the same amount of yards the last 8 games? With less targets. It was like half of the targets that Diggs got. And it was just like, whoa. Like, and I wanted to send it, but I got off track because I was supposed to be working. But look, it was a big variance, and it kind of made your point and made Barry's point that day on the discussion that we had about trying to get, if he needs some help or if he don't need some help. And apparently, he needs some help. So you got a couple options going forward. We'll see how they play out in the offseason. You got some receivers out there that can sign and make that team different offensive wise. But we'll go ahead and look at that. When I find it, I'm gonna send it to you though, because it was big. And I think it was on ESPN, but I'll check it out. So, where we going? Where we going?
All right, going into the you know what? We're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up the AFC in the NFC Championship and Rays Pick'em. All right.
Bet. Let's go and hit a little NBA coach real quick.
Hey, I can have you. Hey, you can pick yours too. As a matter of fact, I'll allow you to pick yours too.
Give me some good music though. Look, we're gonna hit a good.
No, I give
me some good music. Right I know what I'm saying. We'll get that. I need some good music. So
gotcha.
Let's just hit coaches all together. All right. So we got one coaching job that you said I said that it made the most sense, but another place had a chance to get him, and that was Jim Harbaugh. He went to the Chargers. It made all the sense in the world. Great pickup because I think he's gonna go out there and start some stuff. I really do. I really think he's gonna get that team back together and get them going. Number 2, Atlanta is in talks to sign the defensive coordinator from Raheem Morris from the Rams.
I think they've signed him.
They signed him. I saw it earlier today. So
I think they have.
I think that's a good pickup. Now, Carolina signed the offensive coordinator from Tampa Bay as their head coach. I like that because now you got somebody that should be able to pay attention to the quarterback and make sure he don't get killed. That should help out. We had a few other signings go on. I do have this question for you. How come Bill Belichick ain't got no job?
How come Bill Belichick ain't no job? How come Belichick ain't got no job? How come Belichick ain't got no job? Cause don't not like paying came for him. Oh, for real. Oh, why Belichick don't have no job? Because the Patriot way have played out. You have to be able to relate to today's players. I hate to say it, but Belichick is out of date. It comes a time where you just have to move on.
Now, I will tell you, I would say, now we got to look at that. Look at who done showed up. Look at who done showed up. Deacon Johnson.
Oh, MJ.
What's going on? How you doing?
What's
going on? Let me tell you something. I don't think it's that.
Hey,
I think it's because he want to do too much.
Future references. Let me say more than 3 words before you cut me off and tell me that you don't think it's it, and then start to get your point.
Well, you know, I had threw MJ point in there.
Go ahead.
And that kind of threw me off. Then this one Bear said, I mean, yeah, but he's old. But I do feel like he wants to do too much. He wants too much control, and these teams are not in that era anymore. They're trying to actually get away from that era. They want a general manager to work with the coach and personnel coaches and offensive and defense. They want that. Bill Belichick had everything under his control when he was in New England. Ain't nobody finna go for that right now. The owners are not thinking that they finna do that. You can't do that no more. And I think that's a big reason why don't nobody want to fool with him. Because he wouldn't have asked him too much. His football mind, great. But you can't do that. You can't do that. Because he'll go in there and trade all your top people this week and get 30 picks and try to build something out of something that you want to keep going. And that ain't how everybody works.
So you cut me off to tell me that I'm wrong, only to tell me the exact same thing that I told you, but in a different way.
Well, I didn't say you. I didn't say you. I never said you was wrong.
What you just did was when I said the Patriot way is played out and out of date. That was the Belichick way, the Patriot way. Everything that you just broke down. That's the Patriot way.
Well,
that's his way. And
the Patriot way
also leaves a stain on his resume is the way Brady left. He did not want to kiss the rings. He did not want to say, all right, Brady, you're the reason why such as X, Y, Z, whatever. So what did Brady do? Okay, then I'm going to let you have this. Let me see how it work out for you. And I'm going to go on over down to Tampa and watch what I do. And we ultimately know what happened. All of that plays a part in him not getting another job. He have to relinquish this power. He can't have that same power that he had when he was with the Patriots. And nobody's going to be crazy enough to give him that power.
No, ain't nobody going to be crazy enough to give him that power. And I do think that more to the Patriots way is more a way of how he handled personnel, like actual players, as opposed to just the trading and the coaching part aspect of it. I agree with you.
Patriot way.
I agree. No, I'm just saying.
Do you understand what the Patriot way is? The Patriot way is Bill Belichick. It's how he run it. It ain't Robert Kraft, because if the organization was ran the way Robert Kraft was run, everybody be getting happy endings all across the country. I'm just saying.
No.
So the Patriot way come from Bill Belichick.
I got that part.
By the way he run it. Everything that you described was the Patriot way.
I got that part. But and you said it when you first said it. He's not able to connect to players now like he used to. If you take away the general manager side, you take away the coaching side, it's just that him talking like if you and him had a conversation, y'all would be on totally different pages because he can't connect to nothing you saying, or you don't connect to nothing that he don't connect to nothing you saying. So it's just the way that he interacts with them that's gonna be totally different outside of the management part. I think that a lot of people are seeing that aspect come to life too. So you got all of those factors that factor into the Patriots way.
And don't get me wrong, there may be some organizations out there that need it, that need a good program cleanup or system cleanup or something like that, and they probably need this iron fist or whatnot. But for the most part, I mean, the game is evolving.
They probably not.
I mean, players like McVay and what's the name for Green Bay? What's the name? They just be LeFleur and Shanahan. The younger bloods. With some my man D'Amico Ryans. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Your boy Pierce that just got hired with the Raiders. Players are pretty much gravitating towards men that can relate more to them.
I got you on another one on that too. What you think about Vrabel? Is he going to be a victim of trying to do that and not get what he want, or is he going to have to? I think he's going to have to make a change in order for him to get there, because basically he bumped heads with the owner and personnel.
Look, Rodney, look. See, this is where you're mistaken. You telling me that he's going to have to change in order for him to get another job for being something that he was.
Vrabel.
No, when you hire somebody,
listen, talking about Vrabel.
Well, listen, when you hire somebody, apparently they were doing something that you like. You don't want them to change that. You understand what I'm saying? When you hire Bill Belichick into your program, you hire him to do what he did in order to get the Patriots to the Patriots way, not to continue to do the same thing.
Okay.
So you don't hire Vrabel and you tell him, "Hey, you're gonna have to change." No.
Well, I mean,
you hire him because of the things that he did.
Well, see, this the thing though. Sense. The reason he not there is because of the things that he did. Not on the field, but behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. He bumped heads with the owner and the general manager on hires, trades, and all of this and picks. That's why he's not there, because he wants control of that too. That's what I'm telling you. That's why he's not there. It's not because of his coaching.
Well, we see how that worked out for him.
That's what I'm saying.
They probably should have let him have it. What? I mean, what did he do the first 4 years? He only had These last 2 years were not the best. I give it that. The last 2 years were not the best.
Not the best.
But to look at the first 4, does that not account for anything? So when I'm having there's no loyalty anymore. You know what I'm saying? No. There's no giving somebody a chance. You know when somebody's trash at a head coaching job. Now I'm just saying. Like old buddy that was the coach for the Denver Broncos last year. I hate to agree with Sean Payton. Yep, the man was trash. He was not a head coach. Now he's trash. One and done. Get him up out of here. Now you know that. You understand what I'm saying? But
I got you.
When you got a good coach, a halfway decent coach, and Vrabel that did what he did the first 4 years, but when he had some bumpy, shaky years, you get rid of him to get somebody else.
That wasn't that wasn't the actual reason. It was more to it than his record and in the last 2 years. That's what I'm saying. It was because of the control in the back office and the bumping heads with the ownership.
I heard you when you said that the first time. And I'm going to repeat what I said the first time I heard you when you said that. Maybe they should have gave him the control and they wouldn't be in the predicament that they're in. Now watch them be in rebuild mode for the next 5 to 10 years.
Say something.
What? Some?
Okay, it's back. It's almost lost. And I didn't touch nothing.
Keep playing.
Now, that one is an interesting one because I think that that whoever's gonna get him is gonna have to learn that there's a midway point that you got to meet. Basically, from your last job that you got to fix in order to not run into that same situation. On Belichick's side.
You talking a lot of local news
No, I'm just telling you the
local,
truth.
You've been listening to some local
That's
radio
the truth.
stations.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
You work in Tennessee, and
I'm just telling you what I see.
That's why you want to talk about Frank like this.
No, I'm just telling you what I see.
Talk about
because
Jack Brown, Frank.
I'm in the same boat with you. He shouldn't have been let go. I was surprised when he was let go. But when I found out why they let him go, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It makes sense.
Anyway, you let there it is right there. What Tony said. They never should have let AJ Brown go.
No, they never should have. And that started it.
They never should have let him go.
They never should have let him go.
All this money into Tannehill.
Boom.
Somebody that was unproven.
Boom.
Come on. So
boom. There you go.
So I feel like the problem pretty much is not the coach. It's pretty much his bosses. Hey, but can we take a pivot right quick?
Let's go
on
to
the line of coaches. Let's change the sport. Doc Rivers was announced the new head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. I want to know what you think about that. What y'all think about that?
I was a little perplexed. I was a little lost because we know that the NBA is a players' league, and if the players say we don't like him, they're gonna get somebody else. Now, at the same time, the players outside of Dame Lillard, because he wasn't there at the time, you had a couple of them that actually sat in on interviews with this coach that they picked before they kicked him out. Now, things did happen to where they did put him, one of the people that actually interviewed with him in that process got traded in the Dame Lillard trade. So that kind of knocked it out a little bit. But Giannis sat in on it. And now they don't like him because the offense doesn't flow exactly how they want it to flow. And the dude is 30-13. And you say you got to go. Then you pick up a guy that you could have hired while you was interviewing people. I'm lost. That kind of like, okay, if that's who you want now, why didn't you want him then? What was bad about him then that made you pick this dude now? That's what I need to know. If you can bring that on, this right here is all I got to say. I agree with Barry until somebody can put some more light on it.
My thing is this. Going back to the initial question, how I feel about Doc Rivers' hire. Now, I like the hire, but I hate how it was done. You understand what I'm saying when I say that?
Yeah.
What I'm saying, but because you got to look at it. They fired Mike Budenhauser.
Just say Mike.
They fired him.
Yeah.
All he ever did was bring you a championship. Going back to loyalty. Going back to this is what I like about Pat Riley. This is what I like about Pat Riley. Who coached the Miami Heat? Who coached him?
You know
Come
what
on.
I'm saying?
Spoelstra.
Huh?
Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spoelstra. Yeah.
Say it with me,
Mike
Spoelstra.
Yeah.
All right.
Spoelstra. Yeah.
As a you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Oh man, I forget who told the story. Somebody had a problem with him and the way he coached his team and the way he run his team, and they went to Pat Riley whining about it. And you know what Pat said? This is his team. I mean, you can fall in line or you can leave, but this is his team.
Exactly.
And that's how that's ran. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is so far from what the Bucks got going on that is ridiculous. I understand you got to listen to your star players sometime about some things and whatnot, but sometimes you got to look at what's the best for your organization. I understand sometimes too that you feel like that that number one blockbuster player that you have on your team can pick his bags up and threaten to go somewhere else. But sometimes you have to act like you got some balls of your organization. Otherwise, you'll let that organization get ran into the ground. Now this man got
Yeah.
everything he asked for. Like you said, he sat in on the meeting to have Adrian Griffin hired in this process, and now there's a problem because he don't like the way the offense flowing. Come on, bro. Well, I mean, can y'all get together and try to work something out or something like that before you go whining to daddy? The dude didn't do nothing but go 30-13. And what got him?
That's it.
Fired. 30-13. A lot of teams in the league take that. But now we got Doc Rivers. I like Doc Rivers. You know what? I'm that dummy for Doc Rivers. I know what he's done in the past, and I know the teams that he had in the past. But I kind of give him the Philadelphia 76ers tenure a little pass simply because of James Harden antics and quitting and all this kind of bull crap. I'm gonna give him that pass, whatever. But Houston Rockets or whoever else, the Clippers, whoever else, come on. But I like him as a hire. I really, really, really do. Hey, D. Greg, I really like him as a. I really like him as a hire. I just hate the way it was done and the process that we had to go through to get here. And I guess I'm going to end that by saying this. They never should have fired Mike in the first place. For what?
I never understood it. Just because he didn't get you what you want that 1 year. Now it's a problem. Like, nobody wins. And then it's the bad thing. It's kind of like Giannis is turning into a crybaby right before your eyes. Like, you see stuff this dude has done, and you sit there and you look at it like, what is he doing? Like, why is he doing it? You can go back and say the deal with the one of putting up shots after the end of the game, they done lost, and the team trying to break the court down. You go back to that. You can go back. You can go to him drawing up plays on the sideline while the coach is talking in the huddle. You can go to that. You can go to him wanting to sit in on the interviews and then say, yeah, I like him, and then you don't like him 30-13. You go to that. But you make it a way to make it look like you crying because you don't get your way instead of working hard through it. Now, another thing is, when they lost in the playoffs a few years ago, a reporter asked him, hey, man, you consider this year a failure? And the dude gave the best answer that you would want to tell your kids. Do you take Michael Jordan, his career failure because he didn't win a championship every year? Do you say this is bad because he didn't do this? Or this is bad because he didn't do this? He said, no, man, this is growth. That's what you call growth. But now when it gets to this, after you done won one, you want to act like that you can't fail again to win again. I think that's not a good look. And if you're going to stick by something like that, you got to be that dude. You got to, like you said, you got to stick through it. You got to go through the ups and downs with this coach before y'all can make this win, make it worth something. Now, Doc come in here and do his thing. Doc came and do his thing. I like Doc Rivers, too. He had some bad up and downs at his point, but he can coach a team if they listen to him.
So what you think about that, Tony? Tony said he had all these stars and only one championship. So what you think about what Rodney just said?
Who had all these stars and one championship?
Doc Rivers.
You gotta stick. It's just like you said. You know coaching when you see coaching.
No.
And everybody can't win everything.
But Tony brought me a stat today that made me sit back and reflect. He had 11 of the top 75 players of all time. That's something to think about.
It is. But at the same time, he can coach a basketball team if they listen.
Yeah.
And now look, let me put this in there for you too. During that stretch, he ran up against in 8 of them years. In a lot of them years, LeBron James in his prime with the teams he had, and the Golden State Warriors in their prime with the teams they had. So it ain't like he ain't playing nobody. If I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose to them.
But yeah,
I'm just saying.
Though,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Winner gets sprinkles.
Well, he got sprinkled because he got a new job.
He gonna have to take it.
Just saying. Come on with this Ray Pick'em, man, so we can get out of here.
Hey, mama. Oh, hold on. Let me play my. Oh, Lord. Man, you got to warn me.
You know, when you supposed to be ready. You know when you see what time it is. Come on with it.
Ray Pick'em. All right.
Come on, ready. Let's go. Get. Ah!
we got Ray Pickering.
Hey, shut up! Let it play. Let it play. Shut up.
No, this is my segment. This ain't Play Apply segment. I'm just using. All right, we got Ray Pick'em. Hey, I got 3 games for y'all. One going on right now. I need to go ahead and hurry up there and pick that one right now before.
Make it hotter.
I don't know what the song is. Make it hotter. You already know. We got the South Carolina Gamecocks invading the LSU Tigers. I don't know what the score is right now. Last time I looked right back here, Don Staley was cussing out the players, so they must be losing. But guess what?
They losing.
She's gonna coach them back. So are they losing?
Yeah, they losing.
Let's go.
I'll tell you in a second. Come on, keep talking.
Anyway, I say that the South Carolina Gamecocks gonna fight back. They got their championship pedigree. They will not get their first L of the night. They will come out victorious down in Baton Rouge. What is that score?
18-24, second quarter.
18-24. That ain't no lead. The way she was cussing them out a few minutes ago, oh yeah, they're gonna come back and dig them act right. Next pick of the night, we got the Kansas City Chiefs going into Baltimore to rain on their party. Oh, we got Lamar Jackson and we got Patrick, my homeboy.
Hey,
hey, mama.
baby. How you doing?
You better watch that baby stuff now.
Hey, baby.
But anyway. Boy, you made me choke. But anyway.
I know it.
But anyway,
come on.
We got the Kansas City. We got that going. Man, look here. Man, Lamar Jackson is having his MVP year. A lot of people are already calling him the MVP of the league. I hear you flock all day. I mean, Lamar Jackson is playing out his mind. I got to give it to him. This will be his second one, right?
Yeah.
We know what he can do with his legs. You know he got some weapons this year. But you know he going up against the 2-time Super Bowl champ, the 2-time MVP, Super Bowl MVP,
6-time AFC Championship game.
The youngest to ever win 2 Super Bowls in a short span is this. 6 times in a row AFC Championship, 2-time MVP. I hate to do it, but hey man, to beat the man, you got to beat the man. And until Patrick Mahomes is not that man, hey man, I gotta go roll with him, dog. I'm sorry. I'm rolling with the Kansas City Chiefs, dog. I'm rolling with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Let me sprinkle something.
Go ahead,
Let me sprinkle something on that.
I'm sorry, B.
This is where that $400 million contract come into play, right? We've seen it.
I don't say that because
no. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, I didn't ask. I said this. That was a statement.
You said right. That means you asking.
No. Okay. This is where that contract come into play. Now, the thing is, you pay him, and he done played that money. He is that dude. Like you said, to beat the man, you got to beat the man. I just feel like Baltimore finna beat that man. It's just too many. Everything is going right. It's going right. Kansas City has had to fight and scrap to get to where they are, and I think Baltimore, with the talent they have had a role that just says we are more dominant, and I want to see it, and I got to see it. I just think they're gonna get them. I think Kansas City losing.
Let me tell you this. I just want to ask you this quick question right here. Just a quick question. San Francisco.
Woo! 27-23.
Baltimore defense is great, but Mahomes always seems to find a way and get it done. He comes to a big moments. That's why you call him Big Mahomes boy. Now, Rodney, let me ask you this quick question right quick before we move forward. All right, look here. All right, I'm not talking about them playing for their respective teams. You just got your team, whoever's on your team, and you going into the AFC Championship this weekend in order to play play for the chance to go to the Super Bowl. Who are you taking?
I'm taking the man. I ain't got no problem taking Mahomes in that situation. I just think it's the time for you.
I just wondering.
I'm just saying. I'm just thinking it's a time for it to happen. This dude is the dude this year. I ain't saying nothing get in this way. I see them going through Kansas City. I ain't saying that they're gonna walk through Kansas City. I just think that they're gonna be more dominant than Kansas City. Now Kansas City came out with it last week.
I understand. But no. I just wanted. I was just curious to know. I was just curious to know who would you
if
take?
I had to pick that.
I'm just saying, given away their respective teams, when you got your own squad, you going into this battle, who you taking?
I'm gonna take him.
Moving right
because
along.
he been there. He done did it.
San Francisco
he done did it.
In Santa Clara being invaded by the Detroit Lions. Dog. Oh, San Francisco scared me last weekend. They exposed themselves to a lot, especially on the running game, or stopping the running game. But I really feel like, and I hope that Armstead, those guys in the middle, Greenlaw and all the cats in the middle, gonna clog that joker up and stop that, and both of them strain that outside to stop Gibbs and Montgomery from reaching and setting the edge and running it down our throat, just like Green Bay just did. Well, I guess I'm saying, Steve Wilkes, boy, you better have your job together. Your job, man. This right here. People talking about you auditioning for a head coaching job. Not today. No. Not like you did that what you put on the field last week. So I'm guessing that Brock Purdy gonna be Brock Purdy, and he gonna throw the ball down the field. He gonna do what he need to do. It's gonna be a Brock party, I guess you can say, or whatever. All these little things that they saying about Brock right now, all this moving the goalpost bull crap they saying about him. He can't do this, and then he do that. He can't do this, and then he accomplish this, and then he do that, and then he accomplish this. I mean, I'm not kind of comparing him to Lamar Jackson. Same scenario, but different situations. They move the goalposts on Lamar Jackson all the time. They said they moving the goalposts on Brock Purdy. They try to say that he can't do this and he can't do that without this X, Y, and Z. Man, bump that. I seen that man throw the ball down the field. I seen that man throw the ball to more than Debo when Debo wasn't on the field. I'm looking for him to have a big game, and not in the way where Shanahan force feeding the ball down the throat of him to throw the ball. I feel like that they're gonna call a good play calling game. San Francisco gonna pull it off by 10. San Francisco, Kansas City, Super Bowl. South Carolina Gamecocks come back and win. Don't like it.
I say that Detroit is outmatched from their defensive side against San Francisco. That's the only thing to me that is really going to hurt Detroit. They can be in the game, then again they can't be in the game. I just think that San Francisco's offense is going to be too much for that defense. They already feel like it's an intimidation factor because Debo been talking bad to Gunner all week, all year.
Well,
you hear me?
I think it's kind of been going back and forth, man.
It's been going back and forth, but if you see what Debo been saying compared to what Gunner been saying, it's not a battle. It's not a battle. Man. And then the thing about it, Debo is that dude to me is going to be the one to back it up. It ain't going to be no, look, he finna come 100. As long as Debo playing, he going to come 100. All right? Yeah. So I do think that their offense is too much for Detroit's defense. That's just what I see. Now, offensively, there's a way to beat San Francisco. Can they do it for a full 4 quarters? I'm not 100% sold on it. But we did say this at the beginning of the year and at the end of last year. Detroit was that team that everybody said could get to this moment.
Yep.
And they got to this moment.
Yep.
Can they get past this moment? Their biggest test is going to be this weekend. And I do think that I just think they ain't got enough. But I think it's going to be a good game and they lose, like you said, by 10. I think they lose by 7+. I can't say 10 yet, but 7 for sure.
And there it is. Ray's Pick'em with Against the Rod.
Look, we about to get ready to go. You got some more music or we playing the same music out?
No, dog. I got the music to get out of here.
Come on with it then. Let me hear what you got. I'm ready. Hold on. Put it up, put the speaker a little bit.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, right there. Until next time, this has been the R&R Show. You've been kicking it with Ray, and you've been kicking it with Rodney. We'll see you next week on the R&R Show. Give me my theme music.
Man, thank y'all for tuning in, man.
Y'all be easy, man.
Thank y'all for the love, man. Thank y'all for the comment and the interacting and all that kind of stuff. Man, y'all watch these games this weekend. Man, pull for your squad. Pull for your clique. If you ain't got there, hey, too bad. Cheer for mine. We're high.
Cheer from the couch. All right, we out. Be easy.